with that lot later as well.
I'm not going to.
I want
by
to
all
test
means
it on the
for you.
Murloc.
That's fair. Okay, yeah. Falcon.
Okay, we'll test it on Falk.
Right, okay, I think that's reasonable. Okay, let's get into game number 1. It's Czech Republic versus Indonesia. It's going to be the Priest from Czech Republic and the Rogue from Indonesia, and it is going to be the odd Rogue, right?
Yeah, nothing particularly exciting to say about this except hit them.
Yep.
Hit them before they stop you.
A lot of this is going to rely on if there's any strong openings for the Priest to counteract what the Odd Rogue is just going to do. There's no, oh, well, the Odd Rogue needs to draw this, needs to draw that. It's like, well, that's the whole deck, right? They're going to draw early minions, and they're going to play very aggressively in most cases. So it's more if Czech Republic and Yala, who's controlling right now, can draw, say, Cleric, Divine Shield, Wild Pyromancers, and then the big ones, the Dust Breakers, and maybe even the Twilight Acolyte to just negate any early Cold Blood pushes.
Yeah, not a lot going on from the Indonesian side. They do have an Owl in the deck, but that's not particularly that exciting.
My mind isn't blown, Lorinda, I'm not going to lie.
Sorry?
My mind isn't blown.
Yeah, I didn't intend to.
Okay, good.
I need you here for the next hour or so with me. Yala, the other member of Team Nordavind, obviously not Norwegian, but sort of getting a lot of points. Again, we keep talking about how Hunter Ace is overshadowing people. Yala is racking up a ton of points. I think he might be in 3rd place overall, and you're still not top on your team.
It's scary, isn't it?
It's actually ridiculous.
It is. It's definitely scary in terms of you look at the power of some of these teams that have popped up, but especially when the point standings are important, right? It's very much gives you a very straightforward display of, well, who just literally is doing the best right now. You can't really argue with who's the point leaders are, right? You can't say, oh, well, they're not good. It's like, well, no, of course.
Well, one of the reasons I don't churn out stats quite as much as I used to, although I still have them all here just in case, is because there's no need. The points tell you who's good and who's not.
A lot of time they speak for themselves, but Indonesia just taking their time. They do have a flurry of 1-drops available, but just going with the Squire, the more overall resilient minion, because well, you can say the Firefly's a 1-2. The Squire can just get positive trades, mainly because that Cold Blood is there as well.
Leads nicely into potentially even a turn 2 Cold Blood, and they can get in for 8 or maybe even 12 looking at the board we can see before anything happens.
Yeah, it's going to be really funny, isn't it? Because there are a lot of 3-drop options for Czech Republic as well, so I'd love to just see a Mind Blaster face right now and just assert that dominance.
Mind Blaster face, go.
Yeah, why not? Just go. Obviously joking.
Didn't even heal his opponent to say the light will burn you.
Yeah, I heal and emote, or hero power and emote, I guess is the direct quote. But yeah, this looks like a cold to me, why not? We can see they can get partially shut down. Oh, well, it can't actually.
Right,
yeah, I wasn't actually
looked.
looking for a dragon. Does shutting it down count if you just, if you acolyte, this weapon's going to go into it anyway?
Yeah.
Is 2 draws reasonable?
Dagger, deadly poison?
Yeah.
I know that you want to put that damage into the face, though, really.
Yeah, so this is a question. What do you do here, Lorinda? Because do you want to pile 5 damage into an Acolyte, prop the shield, or do you want to give the Acolyte 2 draws?
Things just went crazy, though. You can dagger up, deadly poison, coin out another Cold Blood, and hit them for however much that is. That's a lot of much.
10.
Without
trading, so it'd be 14.
The only problem is the Dust Breaker potential, but because you can trade in the Acolyte and then Dust Breaker. Right. Do you care?
I think the 4-2 can go onto the Acolyte here. You just give them 1 draw, don't give them multiple, and then you can push the rest of the damage to face.
And then that 9's going face at least twice from that point on. Denmark completing the sweep. It's a day of sweeps so far.
I'm okay with that. That's pretty crazy for Denmark as well. They were against was it Argentina, I think?
Argentina having a very bad run so far, which is quite a surprise for me. And they do take down the Acolyte because this 9's going in twice. That's 18, I believe. That's how 9s twice work.
I believe so. I believe so.
Because you put down your second finger, right? And
yes, I don't know why you're waving fingers at me now. I'm
always waving fingers at you.
9 times 2 is 18. That's how I did it. It's those crazy mathematics.
There's a 1 on the left of your hand and an 8 on the other side when you put down your second finger. So 9 times 2 is 18. Maths with Lorinda. I'll show you how to do that later.
I'm very, very.
Meanwhile,
was this what they did before they had calculators?
Yeah,
is that how you did mathematics.
Yeah, basically.
If you couldn't carry your abacus around, you just went, well, I've got 10 fingers. Best do what I can.
We can work this out. But can the Czech Republic work this out?
I mean, they can negate this Acolyte right now. But even then, there is suddenly, what, 4, 5, 6, 10 damage still from hand they can do.
It's just a silly amount of damage. They've had 3 turns.
It is scary. Cold Blood's a very powerful card.
Could be said that that is true.
This Acolyte is the beginning
Yeah.
of a way to stabilize somehow for Czech Republic. It is hard though, because the rest of the hand just doesn't do it. They have the Ooze next turn.
There might not even be a weapon there next turn.
Right, I was going to say, but so what? Because
Sure.
Indonesia could very easily not even particularly play around the Ooze, but play a 1-drop and a 3-drop, and it can't dagger up. But why would you not want to go face? Because then you can hero power and face next turn. So events have just led to a point where Indonesia could very easily like dodge this Ooze play, and Yala just has to play it at the moment because he currently just doesn't have any other options.
So if they stuck everything into face, I believe it's 11, if you count the SI7 agent as well. That would mean that they wouldn't be scared of Duskbreaker because there'd be no healing alongside it. And
I wonder if you play the Blink Fox first though. Because you don't particularly need the SI damage right now, and the Blink Fox is the same shape, right? It's still 3/3.
Yep.
So you can save the SI for next turn, or as a response to maybe killing the 9/4 as well, if you just want to be really secure. But wow, looks like Reston is just going deep.
just Adam.
I mean, this does mean that there are too many things to ask Yala and
Yep.
Czech Republic to do right now. If
I
I don't care about 9 damage at this point.
What they're scared of, I think, is the Acolyte trading into the 2-1 and then Duskbreaker. But they know it's not there at the moment.
And then it also just leaves a 3/3 on the board in terms of the Duskbreaker.
Yeah.
And they're on 4. You could do half of that damage just with your hero power. Like, fine by me. And the desperate plays are happening.
Divine Him, anyone?
They need at least power shield. That's just... yeah. I don't even know if there's a card now anymore that could be drawn. Team Indonesia getting hype. They put 1 point on the board right now, and that is huge. Yep, 1. We got it. These guys have taken the school of Lorinda. 1 as they hold their finger up to the camera.